I'm reading The Gene Keys by Richard Rudd, slowly but surely. The 64 gene keys in that book that is based on and directly related to the I Ching. For those of you who are familiar with it, I'm not really beyond hearing about it, so I'm learning a lot about it through the gene keys. And today I was reading about the 25th gene key, of which the shadow is constriction. Hi, Peter. Of which the shadow is constriction and the gift is acceptance. And I recorded a voice memo the other day that was basically just like the difference between thinking only loving thoughts and feeling lovingly towards each thought. Because I have been having quite the journey, as all of you probably have, between, there are many different ways to put it. One way is manifesting and surrender, transmutation and allowance. But basically, yes, learning to quiet our mind, but not through repression, right? As in this whole idea where we're like, okay, I can only think good thoughts now. And so you constrict your thoughts, though. You constrict, you try and repress things that you're like, oh, that's not a good thought, so I can't think that. Versus anything that comes lovingly, ever more objectively observing that with eyes of love. That's another way to put it. Instead of it being about what you see, it's seeing through loving eyes, and through loving eyes, everything you see is beautiful. So acceptance, that opening of the heart, and that I love that in Gene Keys because, acceptance is opening, and it's the opposite of constriction. And it comes from letting things just be as they are. Because in the end, it's so amazing to manifest the life of our dreams. And I go back and forth between even trying to figure out how much of that we're really doing, and again, how much is being done unto us. And I think they're both simultaneously true because we are one with that which is creating all things. It's just that, you want to try so hard to discipline your thoughts and manifest and clean up your routine and clean up your act and clean up your energy and your emotions and heal everything. But in the end, it really is that's the hero's journey, right? You go all this way and then you find out you were already there to begin with. As in, everything was already perfect when you started. And I just mean that we are on a journey, but the journey is towards acceptance. It's not towards it's not towards fixing certain parts of ourselves. It's toward allowing every part of ourselves to be accepting. And oh, there he goes. The journey is toward accepting. It's toward opening your heart to every thought that passes. And I'm doing a lot more meditation lately. I'm trying to get to a more thoughtless awareness, and Michael Singer's book definitely influenced me in that way, The Surrender Experiment. He talks about just meditating a lot to get to that baseline of objectivity, of thoughtlessness. And it's really been helping me to, he talks about saying in your head, moo, when you're breathing, just to have a mantra, something that is going to keep you from other words necessarily needing to fill the space. So that has been helping me. And that can help with the acceptance. Because why? Not because thoughts are bad, but because it teaches us not to identify with them so much. And when, total acceptance also is synonymous or synchronous with not taking anything personally anymore. and instead becoming universal, right? Like impersonal sounds cold or something, but really it's just that you're able to see things as they are, fully, not afraid that if you see things fully as how they are, or let go of that constriction and let things just be how they are, you're no longer afraid that that's going to take anything away from you, like love, like the love that you are, because you just see things are what they are and everything's okay. So it must be okay that they are what they are. And that's this total acceptance. And it's sort of this impersonal objectivity that allows you to see that, like, more and more, it's not so much that things are good or bad, it's just that they are. And when everything just is, that's when acceptance can come, right? Not that constriction of judgment and trying to control. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on this. I'm just out here for a walk on my way back to my friend's house in Colorado after an amazing wedding last night. And yeah, during my last stop, letting the dogs out to run. They like to run. During that last stop, I was just reading the Gene Keys, and so I was thinking about that. And just letting go of that need to hold on so tight, to what we think is wrong and right. Because there's this peace in everything that really is always just waiting to be tapped into. And it's that piece of opening our hearts and accepting things for what they really are, which is the perfection of all that is, including you. So I'm offering you the Gene Keys as a resource. I'm offering you the Surrender Experiment as a book choice and a resource. I'm offering you meditating, out breathing with the sound of moo in your head for thoughtless awareness. And I'm offering you a practice and a consciousness of the activation of the word acceptance, heart opening, releasing. Here's constriction and control. Here's acceptance. Acceptance and release. I release you.